Hey, good morning, everybody. Thanks for clicking on the video. This is David Pendleton, and we're going to be covering the rookie qualifying round of the North Shore Tournament. So you're going to see on this account here, I shot a -16. Did not pick up the Eagle on hole 1 or the Albatross on hole 2, but on my other account, I did pick up both those holes. So really, in this replay, you're going to see a potential of a -18 round. So if you can combine my best shots on both my accounts, you could be looking at a -18 qualifying round, which would be awesome. And to be honest with you, it's really not that difficult. All right, we're going to go ahead and hop into the replays. There's a look at both of my scorecards. So -15 on one, but you see here, pick up the Eagle and Albatross. Missed a few other holes. I got those holes on the other account that you just saw the scorecard on. So, really, really cool stuff here. But regardless, please become a subscriber if you're not one already. Let your clan know about my channel. We did reach 4,000 last week. Thank you so much for that. If you like my content, please take a moment there and hit the thumbs up button. All right, let's go to hole number 1. Hole number 1, we're going to be getting hit with a little bit of the headwind here. We're going to play this one 10% at maximum distance. 3 bars of top spin, 2 bars of side spin to the right with a katana. You can see here I'm backing my target up so that I can turn the camera around and properly adjust my rings. It's always something you want to account for in headwind. Obviously, the higher the wind, the more the backup. But in rookie, it's pretty easy here. If you don't have an extra mile 8, then I might suggest you take a Titan to this hole and play the same type of shot. That way you get the extra power stat. Shot number 2, 10% at mid. This is a nice looking shot here. Unfortunately, I hit a great ball on the account that I went -16 on and didn't pick it up. But here we do hit perfect. 2 bars of backspin. You can see here we're aiming through the pin. Always important when you use that thorn and backspin that you put your ball guideline through the cup, especially when you're going to be getting, headwind. And here 4.2 is definitely on the higher end of rookie for the wind. We do bounce that one very nicely into the cup to start off hole number 1 with the Eagle. This takes us into hole number 2. Hole number 2, we're playing a no moving target drive. That means we are not going to move the target at all. We're going to just play where the game puts us. 10% at max. Titan ball, 3 top, 2 left. So 3 top, 2 left, no moving target, 10% at max. Perfect ball. Now, as long as we hit perfect, it's going to leave us for shot number 2 at a very, very good opportunity to drop the Albatross. Like I said, I do pick it up. So here's what we're looking to do. We're looking to do basically a second bounce rough bump, okay? 1.8 bars of topspin is going to be really consistent. Now, on my first attempt, I rolled the cup. So I fixed my landing spot on this account where I do drop the shot. But I want you to notice here, I put my blue ring. So notice my blue ring is right there on the fringe line. There's a good look at the second bounce. Second bounce is in the rough. Ball guideline to the pin, just shadowing the right side of the cup. So it's not dead center. It is favoring the right side in the cup, but still in the cup, okay? From here, we make our pull. %, at mid, which is essentially 1-to-1, so 3 miles an hour. You saw a 3-ring pull exactly. And this thing does exactly what we wanted to do. And for a very nice Albatross on hole number 2. Very, very good opportunity to duplicate that. Hole number 3, we do pick up a hole-in-one here. We're going to go with a katana and a backbone rough bump. We'll take a look at the spin adjustment once I fix it here on my shot. All right. So we're going to go with 2.5 bars of left side spin combined with 1.8 top. So 2.5 left side spin combined with 2 top. Just like that. Ball guideline just barely on the left-hand side of the cup. So you can see there it's not dead center. It's aiming left-hand side. Then we make our pull. And again, this is just a situation to where I barely missed the hole-in-one on my first attempt. I was able to make a nice little tweak here by aiming to the left-hand side of the cup. And that's exactly where this ball dropped. So we do sneak it in there for a hole-in-one. The biggest thing to keep in mind here is that this is only 2.3 miles an hour. So, you know, you didn't see the ball push to the right-hand side like it normally would. So my ball on this one, I aimed on the left-hand side of the cup, and that's exactly where it dropped. Keep in mind, if you were to get hit with like a 4.1 mile per hour wind, you might need to offset a little bit more to the left-hand side. Always keep that in mind, okay? Before you take your shot. So 2.3 is on the very low end scale. Higher wind is going to need a slight more offset. Hole number 4, 10% at max. You know, on rookie, I always look to drive green here. So headwind is the hardest one to do it on, but we're going to take a berserker. You're going to see me go here with about 4.5 top, 2 left. And then again, backing my target up just a little bit so that I can pull my rings. And then from here, half a ball overpower combined with half a ball of curl. We're definitely going to need the overpower to make this shot work. And maybe a little bit more topspin might have been nice too, as I got a pretty good bounce onto the fairway. On my other account, I got stuck just at the top of the rough. So, you know, we might need to account for that a little bit. I played the exact same spin adjustment on my other account, but my wind was a little bit stronger in headwind, which is why I didn't make it through. So again, you know, always keep that in mind too. But from here, this is just a standard chip in. I don't pull rings. I just go full top spin, no side spin. This is a point and shoot situation. Perfect ball in for the eagle. All right, that's going to take us on to the next hole, which is going to be a par 5. A good chance for an albatross here too as well. A little bit of overpower, but not much. You can see I overpowered until the bottom of my golf ball was touching the top part of the bottom adjustment zone. But we do have plenty of fairway to work with here. Now, obviously, we don't want to go too crazy with the spin adjustments or the overpower. This is going to leave us in here very nicely for a chance at a minus 10% shot at max. So I still have a little bit of room to work with my sniper. But I'm going to go with 1 bar of left side spin. Notice I don't have any top spin or back spin at all. Just 1 bar left. I am playing this shot uphill. I am playing this shot, as you can see, center of cup. 4.4 miles an hour is going to leave me with only a 4 ring pull. We are pulling into the sand, which is why you're going to see me use just a baby amount of overpower here. Anytime we pull from a high elevation to a low elevation, we have to account for that. Normally we can push up a little bit, but here I went with just a tad of overpower. Unfortunately, hit a great ball, but I do believe we would have been very close with a perfect shot. Okay, now we'll talk about this one because this is what you're not going to see. You're going to see, this was a replay because I forgot to screen record. I started off this hole with a navigator, all right? And you might as well, but don't do it. You're going to need a marlin, and you're going to see why. So keep in mind, even though it says marlin right now, this is actually starting off with a navigator because it's a replay and it doesn't pick it up. 10% at mid. So I went to pull my rings right here. So right here I went to pull my rings, but I got stuck. I was getting caught in between clubs, so I could not pull it as much as I wanted to. So if you use a power 1 ball, you are not going to be able to execute this shot unless you're using a money ball like a wind resistance 5. Then you would be able to. But here I do switch to a marlin. That's why you're seeing this ball come back. Now it's being switched to a marlin. Now I have to go in here and reset my shot back up. So now we'll talk through the setup. 1 bar of backspin, ball guide line through the hole, as you can see, yellow ring, fully in rough, top of the yellow ring though, almost at the fringe lines, but there is a little bit of separation. Normal shot, this ball goes in for a hole-in-one. So I wanted to walk you through that just in case you thought you were going to use a navigator to get a little bit more wind resistance. That shot will not work. It needs to be a Marlin, or again, a Win 5 Power 0 ball or a Win 5 Power 1 ball would probably work. All right, hole number 8, 10% at max. Good old katana ball, 3 bars of side spin to the left, 2 bars of top spin. Yellow ring is going right there on the rough line. Here we make our adjustment, very simple. Take a normal shot, no overpower. Fast forward through some of this for 332. Shot number 2 here, you just want to make sure that on that drive, you don't want to push your drive any harder because we want to be in thorn range. We don't want to take this type of shot with a wedge. It's much better to take it with a short iron, in my opinion. Here with the thorn, we play 10% at minimum. As you can see here, I'm basically absolute minimum distance of my club. 3 bars of backspin, no side spin. Ball guide line to the hole and through the back of the cup. Again, always important with this shot, or with this club. Here we make our adjustment. 2.9 miles an hour is going to be 1 ring exactly with my thorn level and absolute minimum distance. We get that perfect ball. And this one goes very nicely into the cup for another eagle. That'll take us on to another hole we can talk about, 25% at max, okay? We're going to play this with the backbone and a nav. We'll take a look at the spin adjustment and then the landing spot. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult to duplicate, but we'll have to talk through it here. 1 bar of side spin to the left, combined with about 2.5 back, maybe 2.4. Here, we're going to take a look at the very tip of the ball guide line. Notice the very end is in that dark green square. It is favoring the right-hand side of the dark green square. So it's almost in the middle, but not quite. It's on the right-hand side, lower section of the dark green square. Notice here, my blue ring is almost touching the sand, but again, not quite. There is some separation between the blue ring and the sand. That's what we want to try to do. Now, again, if you get higher wind, you're going to need to move the tip of that ball guide line even more to the left-hand side of the dark green square. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's say you get here and you get a 4.1 mile per hour wind. You need to offset just a smidge more to the left. So maybe more center of that dark green square, okay? I know it's a lot to remember, but this is just what it takes, you know, to win tournaments and to drop those shots. This is the difference of leaving a shot right at pin or getting a ball to drop. And, you know, I wish in the final round I got more balls to drop. I'm always knocking shots in like crazy in qualifying. But here you can see we get this one to roll very nicely into the cup for the hole-in-one. This one we're going to need to bring an extra mile and big dog combo. We're going to go 10% as max, 6 top, 1 right. I know that not everybody watching, 6 top, 2 right. I know that not everybody watching is going to have 6 bars of top spin. If you don't, but if you're also somebody, you know, who kind of takes my advice and you load up on berserkers for tournaments and you don't use them ever except tournaments, this is a very nice hole to use a berserker on in headwind. You're going to avoid overpower for the most part. It'll be very, very easy overpower. You're going to compensate for only having 4.5 bars of top spin, which a lot of people have with their extra mile. You will make the drive much easier on yourself. But again here, you know, I'm pulling it at 10%. I'm pushing back up to max just to make sure I get all this drive. I'm using a little bit more than half a ball of overpower. Thank goodness we hit perfect because we don't want a great right and we don't want a great left on this hole. We clip the rough and we roll out. But again, a Berserker ball, a Power 4 ball, you know, anything that's high power, high wind resistance is going to be great for you. Now, Berserker's not high wind resistance, but that's a free-to-play ball. But here we're going to go 10% at max. And I'm going to use the big dog with 3 bars of side spin to the left. You notice the top spin here that I used. So 3 top. You're going to see here, call it 3.5 top, 3 left. It's a little bit too much top spin. I go to the back of the green, but that's fine. A very, very easy chip in, obviously, for the eagle. But we can take a little bit of the top spin off. Hey, I really hope you found the video helpful. I really, hope you become a subscriber if you're not one already. Please take a moment before you leave the video to hit the thumbs up. Believe it or not, that does help content creators like myself. And I will see you all on Thursday for rookie opening round. Thank you for watching.